Why do I feel so alone? I used to love going out, having friends around. I loved the attention, or I loved getting attention. If anybody ever told me that I would love my privacy, be fine with having just one or two people I talk to regularly, and just being indoors, I wouldn't have believed them. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed them. On this episode, I speak to my oldest friends, Favour, Lamide, and Yomi, just to share like the change. Because over as the years went by, like I would have people DM me or send me like messages on WhatsApp, talking about how like maybe they watched a video from my Instagram or YouTube page. They'll text me that, oh, Bella, you've actually changed, or what happened, or some of them have been curious to what happened. And yeah, the Lord just made me see that He was stripping away desires, ungodly desires, and working on me for the work He's called me to do. And that's part of the season that I'm in. Remember in episode 1, I told you guys I was starting from the scratch. So this season has been initially started out as a lonely one, but now I'm beginning to see the wisdom in it. And yeah, so let's hear from my friends on they seen my growth over the years, because they've been like the longest friends like I've had, and if they've also felt alone in their walk with God.
I'm sure you're not the only one, me included,
Mm-hmm.
most likely all of us included. Yeah, so looking back then and now, yeah, you've changed a whole lot. And obviously, there are more than one instances. And there's only one period I can remember clearly. And I don't know why it happened. Maybe, but I believe that was even what solidified our friendship. We like to party, right? See, I don't want to cast myself. My father is that I used to the first time things I used to do when I was in school. Anyway, we like to party, leave school when we shouldn't leave school. That was wrong because anything could have happened to any of us. And then but then we were cool as friends, right? And I remember, sometimes then when we were in uni, you were this hot cake. My friends, I don't even know how many of them
Bim bim.
always had eyes on you and stuff like that. So, and you self, then, feeling that freedom you thought you had, and you just wanted to go with the groove, whichever one you liked. You just like point and kill, like I want that catfish. And me too, like your friend, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, hook you up or whatever, the normal shit, teenagers do now. But and then fast forward to the time when that was supposed to happen again. And I remember clearly, for some reason, I just said no. I'm not doing this anymore. Since then, we've been friends, and from then it solidified, I guess, up until moments, we grew much older. And then if you had issues, problems, you could talk to me about it, likewise. And we're in this moment today, sharing this story. And there are a lot more, but let's hear from the audience. So yeah, that's just one part. And to be honest, yeah, now and I thank God you're actually in my life as a friend. And yeah, you've
And
changed a lot.
I think it's today that I'm like, wait, so Yomi and I actually doing it fast. Like I can't, I wouldn't have seen that in the past. Like the
Oh
fast that we're
yeah,
on
oh yeah,
today,
true. I know, right? As in today, I was so much waiting for that 6 p.m. for my food because, and then I just 6 p.m. hit like this. I lost appetite. I only had like one meat pie and like two cow fried meats, and that's it. Me that on a normal day, I can grumble. So I don't even know what's wrong, but I'm fine, sir.
yeah.
So yeah, we thank God for your life. and for your friendship.
Okay, so I'll go to Favour, then Lamdi, and then so Lamdi, after you share yours, then you can start with the second question about the if there's ever been a time you felt alone with God. Okay, so over to Favour.
Hi. So I've known Biola for quite some time now. I actually remember, I don't know if you remember, but I remember going to some classroom. It was somebody's birthday, and I think they bought like what are those things? Fine yoga or something, and they were sharing it in class, and then you were DJ Gino, and me, I was DJ Flav. I went to perform for them. Like we're performing songs. Like when you know how you call a celebrity to come and perform at your birthday party, like I just they didn't call us, but we went. We went to make them happy. It was a fun time. It was fun time. There were lots of things that were happening. I think before we actually became friends in RHS, you were just somebody I used to know, some girl that I think it was, I don't know if I'm supposed to call names. What's the name of that boy that his dad used to make shoes for this school? John.
Okay,
John. Yeah, it was you, John, Akin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all those peeps. And careful.
Yeah.
And all of you. So before we became friends, it was just this girl that they'll be bouncing up and down, and I was just so confused because I didn't really understand the. Okay, to be serious, most of my secondary school life, I was floating through it. I didn't really understand a lot of things that were happening until I grew up, and I'm just like, so these people were doing boyfriend and girlfriend then, like that. I just was like, this all of a sudden GS2, GS3, and then you see they say Biola has a boyfriend. I'm like, okay. But after you left and then came back, yes, you left for I think 2 years or years, and came back. I mean, it wasn't as chaotic as it used to be, but it wasn't as calm as you weren't as chaotic as you used to be, but you weren't as calm as you are right now. You were still, like I said, I mean, we're doing celebrity what's it called, at events in quotes and all of that. And I remember dancing, social nights. I mean, all those things are not necessarily bad, but it's the energy that we were giving to those things that was just because we're not giving that same energy to our books.
I'm telling you.
My mother said this thing, but we're not giving that same energy to our books. So it was a waste of a lot of energy. We had a lot of energy, actually. And fast forward back to now, I can say that you are a lot more grounded. You take time to think things through. Even though sometimes, which is fair because we're human and human beings aren't perfect, even though sometimes we falter, I don't want to say you, but we falter and then we don't involve God, I can say that you find it easier now to backtrack and be like, oh, you know what? I made a mistake and I'm sorry, God. Right now, I'm bringing you in, and I think that's very, very great because I'm somebody who I'm not very big on sharing. I don't really know how to share. I mean, I try to share, but sharing isn't something that I'd rather people share with me. I find it easier for people to talk to me, and then I can now impute my things I would have shared ordinarily than to just share. But I love that you're always open to share things with me, and it helps me. It helps me put things in perspective because a lot of times, I'm not going to deny that the past year was, I wouldn't say tough, but it was just emotionally draining for me. Not even draining not emotionally as per relationships or just in general, just my general emotions were a mess the past year. I don't know if it's because of the lockdown or whatnot, but a lot of times that you come to me to talk to me about stuff and I would have to think through, and it helps me. So I don't know I would say that you're different in your attitude towards life, towards yourself. I know that at some point you used to self-loathe. I don't know if you realize that, but at some point you used to self-loathe, like you just, I don't want to go into detail, but right now I see that you're kinder to yourself. You're more, you give yourself more leverage. You accept that you're human, even though you're supposed to be a Christian, you're human and you can make mistakes. And the point is to learn from the mistakes and never go back to those same mistakes, not to never make a mistake. And that's really great. And that also reflects even in your work life. It's like you're, how do I explain it? You're more open-minded. No, not open. Oh God, I went to school. That's not the English I'm looking for. That's not the English I'm looking for. But it's just in your work life, I can see that. It's not open-minded. I don't really know how to explain this, but it's just, it reflects all over in every aspect of your life that you are a better Christian and you're a better human being. And I think you're a better human being because you've learned to be grounded in your spirituality and in your walk with God. So it reflects in every aspect of your life, not just maybe in going out or in doing boyfriend. There's nothing wrong in doing boyfriend and girlfriend, per se, but yeah. You know.
There's something wrong in it too. If it's not ordained by God, there's something wrong with it. So anyway, that's my belief.
Okay.
Lamide, over to you.
Okay. What's the question?
So, how was I before and now, but through your eyes?
Okay.
Like seeing myself through your eyes.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I didn't think about this before. Right now. But the only thing that comes to mind when I remember, like back then, was the fact that every time I had a birthday, the girl was always missing. Abiola is like, "Don't worry, Lamide, I'm on my way," and it was always because of a guy. Every single birthday, Abiola was missing until the end. She will now come and she'll be like, "Oh, where's the rice? And I remember she came and then, gosh, Bella, you were on your way for so long, but you went on your way and then and then she now made sure she took pictures with me at the end of the day and she now posted it on the gram. I'm like, but those things didn't really matter to me because I don't know. I think I've always just been okay with, like, I don't know. I just don't take offense about things like that. But those are things I remember. And yeah, I don't remember you being wayward or anything in terms of guys. I remember that you liked guys and you would talk about your relationships with them or this person, that person. But I don't think I ever really knew the details from the other angles. So it's like, okay. But in terms of spirituality, I can't remember as well. But then obviously you're different in the sense that your faith is different and you sort of encourage. I think you had this encounter that you now want to share with the world and you want to encourage people. So I'll tell you, you're a more encouraging person than you were back there. And we can have more grounded conversations that always lead to like a positive outcome, because I'll tell you, we're not the friend that I would call to point me back to God or to point me back to anything solid when back then. Not that I remember our conversations deeply, but then right now I know that you're the person I'll call if I'm having an issue with something that I need to be redirected back to, like, my senses or back to the person who can help me work through things. So yeah, I'll say that's it for me. Then what's the second question, girl?
If there's ever been a time you felt alone, like in your walk with God.
I felt alone different times, but I think the worst time of my life would be this time last year when it was like I literally did not want to be alive anymore. I'm like, life is too hard. I don't want to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel you're listening to me and no one understands. And
I think, to be honest, I think God is always speaking, but then we're not listening. And then for some reason, I got to the end of myself and it was like, okay, there was nothing to listen to. There was nobody to listen to. So it was like, okay, I might as well just pay attention. And I cried. And then I keyed into this message about the fullness of time. And it's like, it was based off Psalm 121, verse 13, I think. And it was like, I would arise and have mercy on Zion because the time to favor her, yeah, the set time has come. And I'm like, okay, just pity me, God. Like, if you're pitying anybody in the world, just pity me. And then, yeah, he actually came through. And that's when I remember that I started having vivid dreams about different things. And yeah, he literally moved me and opened doors all the way from Australia to Canada. And I'd say he came through. So in my walk with God, yes, that would be the most defining time, because it went from me not wanting to be here at all to me actually enjoying and having, like, looking forward till tomorrow. So yeah, I guess that's it for me.
I'd say for the most part of my life, because I was born into a Christian home. My parents are, my dad's a pastor, my parents are ministers. And for the longest time, it was just something that we should do or we're supposed to do. I mean, go to church on Sunday. If you don't go to church, pastor's daughter, why aren't you going to church? Pastor's daughter, why aren't you in any department of the church? For me, I was just always like, I'm not the pastor. I didn't ask to be born into it. No, I didn't ask to be born into a Christian home. So why do I have to follow all these things to the T? So I think it wasn't until I got into uni, that was Ife actually, that was 2011. Yeah, 2011. That I realized that, oh, maybe I should actually think this through and try to have my own relationship with God. And I'm not quite sure at this moment, maybe I just don't remember right now, what made me, because it wasn't anything drastic. It was just, oh, I'm relaxing and then I'm deep in thought and I just think, oh, why am I wasting my time just doing this for doing sake? Why don't I actually put in the work and see what it's like to be a Christian? And then I started little by little faltering here and there. And I remember one day, still in Ife, I think we're going on strike in 2 days or something. And my roommate did something. I don't remember what she did. They were always doing things. She did something to annoy me extra that day, because usually when they do anything, I just leave the room, go to my friend's room, or go out of the hostel in general. So, and then instead of yelling, I like to yell. Yes, I do like to yell, even now. But instead of yelling, I just kept quiet. And when she was done, I sat her down and I was just wondering why I did that. And I realized that perhaps it's because something has changed in me. So wait, I've not gotten to where I felt alone. So going forward, she'll talk to me differently. She was different with me from that day on. She was very different with me. Like, even when people are saying that maybe I'm spoiled because I don't cook in the room or random things, she'll just be, oh no, she treated me different. She was kinder to me. And then we started to talk, and she'll tell me about her family. We started to talk, we got closer. And she fell ill during the strike. So she'll call me, we went on strike 2 days later. So she'll call me, and she fell ill. And, well, moral of the story is she died.
Oh, wow.
And, well, not moral, sorry. Oh, not moral. End of this, to cut the long story short, she died. And I was so confused. Like, I don't think I've actually never said this out loud to anybody. I was so confused. I didn't know, because it was like, how can this person, because I got to know her, and I would say she was a good person. I don't know if she was bad to other people, but I would say from what I knew, she was a good person. And I just couldn't fathom how it went from nothing. It wasn't what she had, malaria and typhoid, and then I just couldn't fathom it. So it was then that I realized that being a Christian is actually more difficult than I thought Like I just thought it was all praise and worship, say a prayer, read your Bible, and move on, or and be you are good, you are going to heaven. But like there are actually things that happen in life that you cannot comprehend, but you're not supposed to comprehend. But trying to comprehend it makes you God, I'm lost for words again, and I went to school. Trying to comprehend it makes you, I don't want to say makes you crazy, but it gets you to a point where you're just like, maybe all of this isn't real. It trying to comprehend it sort of backtracks you from your walk. I don't know if anybody understands what I mean. And a lot of things have happened since then. My cousin passed away as well. And in that moment too, I felt very alone. I don't know what I did to get out of it. I know I'm supposed to say what I did, but what I did was actually cry, say a prayer, and I think I did 4 loads of laundry that day. Clean clothes, dirty clothes. I just did laundry. And then I spoke to my mom. It was speaking to my mom that actually helped me. Because she's had that was actually my first closest loss. I mean, that was the first one was my roommate, so we're close, but not. It wasn't as hurtful as my cousin. You know her, Onyeka, my cousin, the skinny one, dark, yeah. So it wasn't. We're very close. We basically were. She was 2 months, 3 months, 2 months younger than I was, and all of that. And I spoke to my mom because she has more experience. That's it. Would you say experience with loss? And then she showed me a passage. I think it's in Isaiah, the one that says God takes away the good people, and then the people, something about God taking away good people, and people are alive don't comprehend it. They think that what has happened is bad, not knowing that God has saved the people that die from or the people that are dead rather, from the evil that the earth can bring up. So she was the one that showed me that passage, and that has actually helped me, or that helped me then. And yeah, that's what I did when I felt alone in that moment. Because left to me, I'll just have probably withered in Christianity, because it was shocking. It was, some days I still have relapses where I'm just like, did this really happen? Sometimes I'm checking, maybe I'm trying to send somebody money and she's on my beneficiary list, and I just see her on my beneficiary list and I'm just like, yeah. But every time I remember that passage, it sort of refocuses me. Yeah, I think, yeah, those are the 2 times that death has really made me feel alone. Oh my God. Yeah, those are the 2 times where I felt really alone.
The lesson for this episode was God speaking to me about this season. He said to embrace this season. He said that trust that you're never alone. I'm with you. For the work that I've called you to do, I have to take away ungodly desires. And I remember mentioning it at the beginning of the episode. And the anchor scripture is from Hebrews 12 verse 1. I'm reading it in the International Children's Bible. So we have many people of faith around us. Their lives tell us what faith means. So let us run the race that is before us and never give up. We should remove from our lives anything that will get in the way. And we should remove the sin that so easily catches us. And I remember talking about Daddy Gio. I think maybe last episode or the episode before that, I talked about how Daddy Gio, could it be the next one? Oh no, I think episode 7. Yeah, Daddy Gio talked about how, the last episode, Daddy Gio talked about how talkativeness was one of it. Man, I used to have some of the things I remember telling like primary school friends, secondary school friends, I lie. I don't even know why. I was just talking so much. But these days, I barely have anything to say if I'm not comfortable with you, or if you're not my guy. And even in some of those situations, I would call Lamide and we'll just be on the phone. It's just soothing to know, hey, she's on the other end of the phone, even if we're not saying anything. And I don't know if that happens with you guys, but I thank God for delivering me from that too, or helping me. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm thankful that we have like our fathers of faith. Like the scripture says, we have so many people of faith around us. Their lives tell us what faith means. If anything, I remember before filming the last 5 episodes for this project, I was sick. I had fallen sick, and I was losing my confidence in it. And all I did was find Stephen Furtick has this like spoken words thing he does, and I just listened to I Will Be Confident, and that just picked me back up. It gave me the strength to like start filming the last 5 episodes. And really, the Bible is true. It is the truth. His life was an inspiration to mine, and I hope this project and listening to everybody since episode 1 has been like their lives and they sharing their testimonies have helped you. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment in the chat box. Has there been a time when you felt alone in your walk with God? What did he let you in? How was that season for you? Please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next episode.